Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over an event that's going to be collabing with Pokemon Go to kind of promote their new series that they're going to be pushing here soon. And with that, we're going to be seeing a new Pokemon being introduced. Now stick around until the end because we're going to be discussing Armor Mewtwo, because I know a ton of you are looking forward to that. When are we going to receive Armor Mewtwo again? We're going to discuss that towards the end, so make sure you stay tuned. But with that said, let's go ahead and hop into this and see what we have going on here. So the Pokemon Horizons, the series collaboration event, is going to be going down April 16th at 10 a.m. until April 22nd at 8 p.m. local time. And then they go on to tell you where you can watch it. The US, it's going to be able to do it on Netflix, and then the UK looks like something to do with BBC iPlayer now. So do what you got to do whenever that comes out if you're interested. Honestly, I'm just waiting for them to release a realistic, more serious tone Pokemon adventure with like red and blue. And red's kind of more on the quiet side like you see in the original games. But anyways, enough about that. I just would love to see that kind of a thing. The cartoons have gotten too kiddie for me. Hey, you do what you gotta do. Pokemon is gonna always live on for the cartoon, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and move on here. Bonuses. Team Go rocket balloons will be appearing more frequently. Half the distance for your eggs when you do incubate them during this event. And I do have a tip for that as well. We're going to go over that, as well as a chance to encounter shiny Pikachu wearing the captain hat, as well as shiny Florgato wearing a hat. So there's that going on, okay? All right, here's the new Pokemon, Tinkaton, finally, the final evolution. It's going to cost you 25 candies and 100. These are going to be coming out of the 7-kilometer eggs. So if you want to maximize trying to get this as much as possible, obviously hatch all of your eggs before this event does start on the 16th, okay, at 10 a.m. So make sure your eggs are all hatched up. And where do you get these? Which eggs are they going to be appearing in? We'll go over that again in here in a second. So the costume Pokemon's debut, Floragato wearing a hat with an increased chance to be shiny as well. Don't know if you can evolve those. We'll have to see. But you do have that as well. And then you're also going to be seeing in a surprise encounter when you do take a snapshot of your buddy or Pokemon in general. Well, more likely your buddy, right? So there you have that, okay? Moving it on here, Pikachu wearing the captain's hat will be able to be encountered with the charge move Volt Tackle, which is going to be, I do believe that's like it's Pikachu's like best and final gambit move, right? So pretty awesome. In trainer battles, it's going to be doing 90, and it decreases the defense by 1 stage. In gym battles, it's going to be doing 90 as well. Pikachu in Pokemon Go currently has quite a few legacy moves depending upon which one you have, and having Surf on one is also going to be pretty awesome. You do have that. You know what would be just phenomenal is if these moves were able to stick when you do evolve it into Raichu, because I love Raichu. I think Raichu is such an awesome Pokemon, but it's a little unfortunate how it can't keep some of the moves that Pikachu has, so there's that. Taking a look at the wild spawns, we're going to be seeing Quagsire, Shuckle, Slugma, Nosepass, Snorunt, Sprigatito, Floragato with the hat, increased shiny, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Palmy. And then, of course, the Pikachu with the captain hat, if you're lucky. I don't think they're going to be that rare. You know how it typically goes. They're not, so hard to find, right? So good luck on that one there. Increased chance to be shiny as well. All right, 7-kilometer eggs. Where can you find Tinkaton, and then it goes into Tinkaton. It's going to be in 7-kilometer eggs, so you'll be able to see the following: Elekid, Hatena, and Charcadet, and then of course Tinka. So there you go. Make sure you are prepared for this. I know I am, because I've been waiting for this Pokemon. I really love this thing. Really is a good design, and the typing is also very awesome as well. It's just going to be good for PvP though, not for raiding or for gym battles. 1-star raids, you're going to be seeing the Captain Hat Pikachu, Chansey, and Rockruff. In the Tier 3 raids, you're going to be seeing Charizard, Alolan Muck, Metagross, and Floragato. All right, and there is going to be a time research when you do complete it. It's going to earn XP for you. Stardust and an encounter with an event-themed Pokemon. Note that this time research does expire after the event on April 22nd. on April 22nd at 8 p.m. So make sure you do complete that by then if you're looking to, get all those rewards. And of course, what would an event be without a paid ticket? So for $4.99 or equivalent in your area, you're going to be able to get one incubator, an event-themed Pokemon avatar pose, which we're going to be going over. It's basically Tinkaton's hammer, and your avatar has a hammer and is slamming it in. I'll throw that up here in just a second. An encounter with Tinka, and more. All right. You do need to complete this by April 22nd as well, which is kind of really wacky. Please note that the time research is, all right, paid research. What are you talking about? So there's that. Is that worth your price? Well, how much do you pay for a pose? Basically $5. So you're getting an extra incubator, an encounter with Tinka, and more. All right. So yeah, it's pretty much worth it. Shiny Pokemon, Captain Hat Pikachu, and then Florigato, of course. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Tinkaton to see, how good it is. Even though we just took a look at it yesterday, we'll just kind of do a little bit of a refresher if you didn't see that. So it is going to be a Fairy and Steel type. It is going to have a max combat power of 2,544, attack 155, defense 196, and stamina 198. It's going to be weak to ground and fire only, resisting dark, fairy, flying, grass, ice, normal, poison, psychic, and rock. Massive resistance to bug, and also a huge, even bigger resistance to dragon because of the fairy and steel type, just like Mawile. And then the moves on it are going to be, fast moves are going to be Rock Smash and Fairy Wind. Not bad. Okay, we'll take it. Nice Fairy Wind there. Charged moves are going to be Flash Cannon for a hard-hitting stab steel type move. Play Rough, another hard-hitting fairy move with stab. Heavy Slam, also getting stabbed. Probably going to want to run that more so. And then a little bit of coverage with Brutal Swing. So this thing is coming pretty loaded. Fairy Wind is going to be able to charge up that energy at a pretty fast rate. So this thing is looking actually pretty nice right out of the box. Not bad at all. Not bad. Niantic and soon to be Scopely, if not already. They just haven't transferred it completely. So, all right. The pose, if I haven't put it up already, I'll go ahead and throw that up there. So take a look at that. It's pretty funny. All right, it's just you swinging a hammer, which is kind of interesting. Now let's go ahead and talk about Armor Mewtwo really quick, like I promised. So where is that at? They released it for the remake of, Mewtwo's Strikes Back, right? I remember I went to go see that in the actual movie theaters when it came out back in the day at our mall here locally, Diamond Center Cinemas. It was good stuff. I do believe I was in middle school. I was going with my friend. He was a little embarrassed, but he really wanted to see it. And I was like, I mean, who cares what everybody thinks, man? Let's just go. And we're popular, right? So who gives a damn? I'm being a little silly, okay? So yeah, no, it was good times. But they released Armor Mewtwo for the remake of that, which they gave it a whole new, I wouldn't even call it a paint job. They just completely revamped Armor Mewtwo the way it looks, and it looked pretty freaking awesome. And it also changed its stats. So original Mewtwo is going to have higher attack, of course, lower defense and stamina, while the Armor Mewtwo is going to have lower attack and higher defense and stamina. So, just making it more bulky with the armor on, which is pretty awesome. So when can we see that again? I do not know. But this is kind of a similar fashion on how they released Armor Mewtwo for a special kind of thing. Are they going to do it for some sort of an anniversary? I'm not too sure. It's been several years since they have released Armor Mewtwo, and the only way you can personally get one right now, if you are not around or you did not participate for those events when it did come around, which it can in fact learn Side Strike because I had a separate event for it after they initially released it, is going to be by trading with somebody who currently is sitting on a whole bunch of them. If I would have known how long we would have not seen Armor Mewtwo, I would definitely have not have transferred all of the ones that I did. And I still have a few for trade, so if you do need one and you so happen to cross me and I have an extra one for you and you have something I want, well, we can make it happen. Granted, you better maybe we should wait and use a Lucky Trinket, but then again, the Lucky Trinket is time. You can't just hold on to it, so we're stuck in this weird time window here. Anyways, hopefully we can see the return of our Armor Mewtwo soon. Yeah, and I don't have too much more to say about that. It's just a little unfortunate how they have kept it away so long, but at the same time, it makes the ones that we do currently have pretty dang valuable. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
finally did it. I'm the champion of the Pokemon League. Hurry up and come. Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!